Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're here for another week of chit chat with your marketing BFF type videos. Let me know what you think about this format. I've definitely been already thinking about how I want to change things up, whether I go kind of more vlog style, showing kind of my day or parts of my day and then incorporating that into the conversation. But for now, I want it to feel like we're on a very good, albeit high quality FaceTime chat where I'm talking to you about my thought of the week around marketing. So, if there are thoughts around this or types of videos you'd like to see, first of all, thanks for being here, but also please don't hesitate to let me know how I can improve this content for you as we go forward. So, this week I wanted to talk about LinkedIn. In all of my roles as a content marketer, or I would say 98% of them, there's always been some sort of a focus on doing social media. And, I've done some stuff for Instagram, which is more like company culture type things, or that's like meet the team content, or, if I'm at an event with the team, I'm, filming that, taking clips, taking photos and putting them online kind of in real time. But the one I've been most focused on is LinkedIn. And one thing I gotta say, LinkedIn might be that girl. There's definitely people on there who are using it for the wrong reasons. I think they've mistaken it with another platform, Facebook being the one that I'm thinking of. But honestly, LinkedIn is that girl. I would say, honestly, my advice is don't sleep on LinkedIn. There's so much opportunity on there. There obviously are people that are posting all the time, but if you're on there, you probably notice that you're seeing the same, let's say 10 people consistently in your newsfeed on there or your homepage, right? And you're always seeing their content, whether you follow them or people in your network seem to follow them because they're so active on there. So it's just very easy if you want to kind of curate your page to interact with these people that are following or that are posting and you really resonate with their content. So first thing is, there's so much space. It's not oversaturated yet. I don't know if it ever will be because there's the ratio of users on LinkedIn to people that are actually posting on LinkedIn. Totally different. Such a big gap there. So I would encourage you, if you feel like you have something to say that's career related, or even doesn't have to be career related, honestly, like people, myself included, might post memes on there that, people in their network might find funny or that might resonate with them. So don't be afraid to even just repurpose stuff that's already out there. Don't be afraid to repost people's content with your own thoughts or even just repost it. If you're working a company page, it's actually best practice to not add your thoughts when you repost. It's something to do with the algorithm, but if it's on your own page and you have an additional thought to add to someone else's thought that they shared, don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to be informal. I used to be very formal on LinkedIn in terms of how I responded to comments, but now I'm on there all lowercase. I use my exclamation marks. I'll throw my emojis in there. And, it just feels more authentic and natural to how I like to present myself online on other platforms, right? Of course, it's still a professional space, so don't start cussing on there. I mean, that could work depending on who you are, your brand, whatever. But generally speaking, I would say to steer clear of that. But if they're looking for a platform to play with that you're going to get a lot of eyeballs on, specifically for people that are in your field or that you want to be in your network, I don't think LinkedIn should be ignored. I say go for it. I was doing in December, basically, and November actually, I was posting on there every single day. And I would just log anything, like if I saw something interesting that I thought was a good piece of data that maybe people would want to converse about in the comments, I'd post about that. As I was doing projects, I would say, maybe give a little highlight or a little update. It didn't have to be anything long and drawn out. Like, I know that the longer posts with all the bullet points and link to something else do really well, but sometimes it's just about getting in the rhythm of it. So, if you write 1 or 2 lines a day on there or whatever, even start off like once a week and then build up, see what you actually feel comfortable with. You will see that interaction. You will see that growth on your page. You will see people reaching out to you just to say, oh, I love what you said on so-and-so's post, or I love what you wrote about this, or we have mutual connections, you just came up in my feed, let's connect. Like, I've had people reach out to me with those types of notes, especially in the last 2 or 3 months. And I think that can be really powerful. If you have that moment, engage back with them if they took the time to write you a note. You never know, especially someone like me who, yes, I am working a regular job in marketing, but also I'm still actively, pursuing that freelance type of life, and I'm still trying to keep up those warm connections. So even if there's nothing for you there, and like, you shouldn't just think, oh, like, what sort of transaction can we have? That person taking the time to have a touch point with you, you never know what it could lead to down the road. Maybe you see that they're hiring at the company that they're working at. Maybe they're writing really interesting content that resonates with you and that you want to replicate or discuss further with them. You just never know. So don't forget about it as a platform that is, yes, a professional platform, but you can have a lot of fun with it. Even my mentor, she's done some sponsor posts on LinkedIn, which is still very much in her brand voice. Like, they're not trying to change who she is. And I know she's gotten a lot of her clients just by being who she is and showing up on social media, right? Like, she posts on there almost every day. A lot of it's memes. A lot of it is also thoughts about things in the field of brand and content. A lot of things are even just about the state of the world right now. Like, there is that variety, but one thing that is consistent is that she stays true to her style and stays true to her voice, and I've taken a lot of inspiration from that. I don't post on there as often as I would like to, but it's something that is in my Q1 plan of getting back into really posting on there, because the interactions I've had and the connections I've made that I may not have otherwise made if I didn't show up on there are invaluable. I've learned so much from what other people are talking about. I learned about the spaces that they're in, how they're networking, other people that they're connected with, the type of content they're into. Like, the learning is endless if you follow the right people and if you're putting yourself out there in a way that feels authentic to you and the space that you're either in or the space that you're trying to be in. Another one that I think a lot of people forget about, or another feature, I guess, is LinkedIn groups. I'm in a lot of them that I feel like are relevant to me, but only 1 or 2 of them I feel like are actually quite active in terms of the content that they're posting, and just like the regularity of the content. And I feel like that's something that I would love to see from more of the groups. But if you're in the right groups, again, like, that's such a great place and natural jumping off point for you to find people that you might want to connect with based on what they're posting about, based on the position they're in. Maybe, you want to find yourself a mentor. So you're finding someone that's 1 or 2 levels above where you are and where you're hoping to go. And that could be a great place to start, is in a LinkedIn group that is relevant to you in the space that you're in, again, or the space that you're hoping to move into. So don't forget about the groups feature. Find ones that resonate with you and be active in there, whether as someone that's just following the content or someone that's posting. It depends on what it is that you're trying to do, but don't forget about the groups. Really don't forget about the groups. What other ones would I say? If you are someone like me that's working as a solopreneur, freelancer, whatever, even if you're not going to invite people to see it, make yourself a business page so that way you can say that you work there and it just looks more clean, more professional, and it's something you can insert into your feed versus just making use of the headline space. I feel like there's an underutilization of those individual business spaces and business pages. One thing that I don't love, which I'm kind of on the fence about going back to premium now, is when people are on your business page and they send you a request. If you don't have a premium account, then you can't necessarily view all the details of that or respond to them properly. So I've just been directing people back to my email, but if you're willing to go the route of getting LinkedIn Premium, that could be a great way for you to get work requests if you're trying to up your client roster. So that's something to also keep in mind. But like any platform, like any technology, if used correctly, if optimized to your lifestyle and the things that you're trying to do and that you're hoping to accomplish, so much could be gained from that, right? So I definitely don't think that LinkedIn is on its way out or that LinkedIn is going to be the next Facebook, just kind of lost in its popularity. I honestly feel like there are things that can be improved, as I've said, but I think that in a lot of ways it's just getting started. There's, like I said, a pretty big user base, but not a lot of people that are active users in the sense that they're actively posting. So there's a lot of room there for people who want to infiltrate on social media, and they don't necessarily want to become someone on Instagram or TikTok, which requires a different approach. If you just want to write stuff, if you just want to have your funny workplace memes and, connect organically with people that will resonate with that type of content, I think LinkedIn is worth visiting. I see a lot of potential for it this year, 2025, and beyond. So if you don't have a profile and you're a professional, or even if you're a student that's trying to make connections in your community and find those future roles, connect with people that could be future mentors for you, connect with professors, other people in your space at school, don't waste any more time. Please sign up and make your profile now. Maybe I'll make a later video on how to optimize your profile or what to include, because I definitely feel like I've gotten it down to a science by now. I think I got my LinkedIn profile when I was in my second year of university, and I've had a lot of opportunity to get it to the level it's at now in terms of how I organize it. So if that's something that you'd find helpful, let me know in the comments, and I can definitely make a video on that. But first step, make a profile. Second step, connect with people that are suggested to you that make sense for you to connect with. And third of all, start posting your content, your projects, maybe events or volunteer opportunities that you're trying to do. You never know who's going to see that content. If you're using the right language, it will get pushed out to the right people, and it can be an endless gateway of opportunity and connection. So start building your LinkedIn community, embrace your LinkedIn community, and have fun with it.